Good morning, this is Morten from INKISH, and we are still here at the IST UV Days in Nürtingen, Germany. And maybe you saw from yesterday that we did an interview with Stefan from Leonhard Kurz, but today we're talking to Christophe, who actually is a Belgian guy, so that is why he's French kind of name. Christophe, good morning.
Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you again too. Christophe, the reason why we decided to talk to you today is because you're responsible for a very important topic, right?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
So, the important topic who has over the last 3 to 4 years been the biggest topic besides maybe digitalization of products, it's sustainability. So the first thing we did at Kurz is 6 years ago, we started to look how sustainable, how not sustainable our products were on the end product. Because a lot of customers came to us, a lot of brand owners came to us and they say, whoa, metallized effects, how will that impact the recyclability or the processes related to recycling and so on. So we did a lot of tests with independent organizations, and we can say today that we do not impact the different recycling processes. So this is the first good thing, knowing that. The other thing is starting to take actions in the direction of being more sustainable and even more competitive in that direction. So the 2 actions we made in that direction are based on the 4R principle. Reduce, reuse, recycle, and so on. So the biggest impact you have on sustainability aspect is to reduce something. And this is our main focus. The first main focus we have is our reduction program. We call it the SLIM program. Some people in the company call it the Weight Watchers program, but this is actually reduction of the carrier, the thickness of the PET carrier that we use. I like to use this example. So this is the carrier. This is a 12 micron PET carrier. As we all know, PET is 100% recyclable, and we start to reduce the thickness. This is a live product. This is not something we would like to do in 2024. This is something we already do.
So just, sorry to interrupt you, but I have to learn. So when we talk about metallization itself,
yes,
that is not an issue when it comes to recycling, because basically you don't have mixed, when you come to sorting, you don't have any issues. When people talk about issues, it's when you have plastic that is mixed with paper, for example. So what you're saying here is that the carrier on this one,
yes,
this is, what was that?
This is a PET carrier.
And the PET is also fully recyclable.
It's fully recyclable.
But it's not used actually on the finished paper. So this is basically used for transportation of the metal.
Exactly. So this is the first method. We talk since decades about hot stamping foil. And a lot of people could think, and a lot of designers, a lot of brand owners who are not in the industry might think hot stamping foil, we transport foil to a fiber-based material. This is absolutely not the case. This is only a transport way for a dry lacquer package.
Understand it.
This is very good for you.
Yeah.
If you understand this, you understand the basics.
I do understand this. However, if I should be the devil's advocate, right? You have to be that from time to time.
Of course.
I was just thinking that when you use foils on a carrier like this, or you use the metallization on a carrier like this, the problem is, as you can see, you're not using everything, right?
Exactly.
So you will have some kind of waste when you use this kind of material, right? So as I understood from you, and one of the things is also that now, I think Kurz all over Europe is now having a program where you basically take back the leftovers or the waste.
That's right.
And since this is an environmentally friendly product already, what do you do with it?
So 3 years ago, so this is not new. We started that program 3 years ago. It is called Recosys. So that's where we start taking back that PET carrier, as you say, with the lacquers still on it, and we start to recycle that in our own recycling facility, who is next to our production plant. Out of that product, so when the product is coming back, we start a recycling process. We make from big rolls, we make small parts, and then there is another recycling process.
Just hang on a second. So when you get this back from your customers,
yes,
you turn it first into this kind of product.
That's
here.
right.
And that cannot be used for anything, but then you turn it into something different, right?
Yes. Then on top of this, we do another recycling process where we melt it, we cut it, and so on and so on. And it's a little bit the principle of recycled paper.
Yeah.
When you have recycled paper, you have fresh fiber material, you add recycled material, fiber material to it, and you have your recycled paper. This is also what we do. We take this product, who is recycled, we add some fresh plastic material to it.
Plastic material?
Yes, ABS in
And
this case.
But there was no plastic in this process here, right?
Yes, this is the plastic.
This is the
This
plastic.
is the PET carrier.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, you say plastic and you say PET. So, but just to get sure that people understand 100%, plastic can be recyclable, plastic can be sustainable.
Of course.
I think a lot of people think of plastic as always being something that is not.
Not at all. You always have, you can talk with anybody in the paper industry, in the ink industry, in the plastic industry. The packaging you create, the purpose of the packaging should determine which kind of base material you're using. And sometimes plastic is better than fiber-based, and sometimes fiber-based or recycled fiber-based material is better than fresh, but it could also be that fresh fiber material is a better purpose to use in your packaging.
So that basically means that just because I think that when brand owners start about the sustainability agenda on packaging, for example, I think that there is and what it sounds to me like is a misunderstanding that all plastic is bad. That's what you're saying. That is not the case, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we have the return to Kurz, which starts a recycling process where you start with the flakes, and then you add the PET plastic to the process of fresh plastic to it, and now you get this one, right?
Yes. And out of this product, you can make new plastic material.
So that could be new carriers, by the way.
No, and
Okay.
not at this point.
Okay.
Because you still have those lacquers on top of it.
Okay.
We introduced this 3 years ago. A lot of companies said, yeah, we want to be sustainable, we want to go into that direction, but this is a downsizing of your PET material. You downsize from a very good, nice PET to a less good plastic material, who is still a good material to use in plastic applications. So we went a step further. We learned during 3 years the comments from the customers, but also the people who wants to use this, their reaction. So now we go.
And who wants to use a product like this?
This can be anybody who do injection molding.
Okay, so that can be done for anything that is, and this is still like a sustainable product?
Yes. Okay. Yes. So we went a step further. So now we introduced it 3 months ago to the German companies, because you always have the distance as well. You don't have to take things 3,000 kilometers away and recycle it, and on other spots you have to see how far you can go to keep it sustainable. So now what we do is, starting in 2024, is we will take it back and we will kind of clean this PET carrier from the dry lacquers who are still on the surface, and we will recycle that into a very nice rPET.
And what is this then?
And this is not a downcycling anymore. This is staying on the same level as the normal PET.
So this basically means that now you can start using it as a carrier. No, still not. Okay, that's the next process.
That's definitely the main goal. This is the ultimate goal, that one day, out of this product, we will be able to extract new carrier material.
So you say some customers want this and some customers want this. What is the difference from, let's say you say this could be for inject molding, right?
Yes, this is a downcycling.
Yeah.
And we want to keep the highest level of quality, and this is where we want to go to.
Okay.
And this is something we will have in 2024. Beginning 2024, we will have this material available out of the recycling of this. But for me, as a part of the sustainability team, reduction program, and I really mean it, reduction program is even more crucial than this. Everybody wants to have a recycled product, and everybody is talking about recycling. But this impact is at least as important as this here.
Yeah, because when we visited your headquarters and we saw this, basically you have less transportation because you can double the amount on a roll, You have, it has a lot, and it has the same properties, by the way, right?
So the same properties. You have less stops in your machine, in your printing machine, because the length is double, or let's say 30% more, 40% more. This means optimization of your production, less weight. At the end of the day, this is a reduction of CO2. And this is the goal we all have. And mainly the brands, they all want to reduce the impact of CO2.
Does that mean that with all these efforts that Kurz is doing now, does that mean that customers should expect higher pricing on these things, or how? I mean, because sometimes people talk about, okay, there is a cost to sustainability agenda, or is that something that can be absorbed in the, let's say, industrial scale processes when you get things done right?
This is what we learned from this product. This had a cost. So we asked our partners, our customers, our brands, can you participate in the cost to go from this not being recycled to a recycled product? And once you mention the costs, everybody's out, or almost everybody is out. Now we can say that going from this to this will not impact the costs. We only ask for the moment that they take over the transportation costs from their facility to our recycling facility, and that's it. That's the only thing.
But that sounds like a fair deal, because converters and PSPs, they have transport every day, all the time anyway, right?
Yeah, definitely. We learned that sustainability actions has to go hand in hand with economics. If you don't have that combination,
it takes too long time,
you will not be as successful or as sustainable as you want to be.
When you did this project, obviously there's let's say a corporate social responsibility from Kurz side, and there's also demands from customers. From a competitor's perspective, is that also something that you see as giving you a new market position?
Definitely. I think all the partners we have, all the brands we have, are very happy with the initiatives we take. Don't forget, the initiatives we take, or that we can show you today, are actions we took 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, because you all know we have business plans to propose to our members of the board. We have investments that have to be made. This is not something we went on the wave of sustainability. This was done a little bit before. So yes, our partners are very happy with that, and I think this will give us a little advantage against our competition, and that is what is driving us.
One of the things that I can't help think about when you come to a place like IST UV Days, and you see how much UV curing is becoming, also with the LED and the sustainability agenda on lower energy. But doesn't it mean also that sometimes the competitor is maybe not the obvious competitors, but somebody who is doing embellishment totally different?
Of course. And I always say, which type of embellishment you bring. You create a kind of shell appearance. You give the opportunity to brands to outline themselves, to make them visible. So what type of embellishment you bring, as long as it comes to a good end for the brand owners, that's for us the main goal. I heard a sentence a few months ago. You have to create or design something more sustainable, but don't make it attractive sustainable and not ugly sustainable. This is something I catched up in one of the seminars that I visited, and that's the main challenge. We all talk about reduction, we all ask ourselves the question, do we still need those attractive packaging? We as a consumer, I can tell you, we need it. And the brands also need it to differentiate themselves from another brand. So in this case, less is definitely more.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your time.